So you'll start at the front of your mat and just take a couple seconds to loosen up a little bit. I like to do some shoulder rolls, just forward and back. When you're ready, you'll lift your arms over your head and just fold forward a couple times, loosening up your back body and your spine. And when you feel ready, you'll just stay in your forward fold and just hang out a little bit there. You can grab opposite elbows, really let your head hang, loosen up that back body. You can grab the back side of your calves for a deeper stretch. Just warming up. And then you'll bend your knees and head into chair pose for a couple breaths. You'll twist open to the right, staying in that chair pose. And then twist open to the left. Remembering to keep breathing. Back to center. Twist one more time to the right. And then one more time to the left. And back to center. Option to lean forward, getting on your tippy toes, lifting your heels up. And you'll fold forward over straight legs. And jump or step back to plank. Warming up your arms, you can do some optional push-ups or yoga push-ups. When you're ready, you'll do full chaturanga to up dog and head back to down dog, pedaling out your dog. Stretching it out, swaying back and forth, whatever you need. And when you're ready, you'll lift your right leg up into three-legged dog. You knee to nose crunch. Right leg back up. And bring it all the way to the front of the mat into a spinal twist with your right arm in the air. Hold for a couple breaths. When ready, you'll head back to a three-legged dog with your right leg up. You'll set that down and switch sides, bringing your left leg up, three-legged dog, knee to nose, crunch, left leg up, bring it through with your right hand on the ground, your left arm will go in the air for a spinal twist. Couple breaths. Then you'll bring your hand down back to three-legged dog. Bring your foot down and then back into plank. Chaturanga down to up dog. And then back into downward dog. Right leg will go back up for three-legged dog. This time you do your right knee to right elbow crunch. Back up to three-legged dog. And bring your right foot to the front of the mat for warrior one. Just a couple breaths here. lunging as deep as you can into your right leg. Then you'll spiral open into Warrior 2. Adjust your legs as you need to. And then I like here to do a couple little lunges in that right knee if it feels good for you. Just warming up that thigh a little bit. And after a couple of breaths, you'll straighten your right leg and head down into triangle pose with your left arm in the air. Making sure you're not dumping your front body forward, but you're focusing on leaning back. You'll look down, place your hands around your right foot, and then head back into three-legged dog. And then find your way into your chaturanga and up dog, back into down dog. And then you'll just repeat on the left side with your left leg up, three-legged dog, left knee to left elbow crunch, back up to three-legged dog, and bring that left foot forward into Warrior 1. Again, a couple breaths here. After a couple breaths, you'll spiral open into Warrior 2. And again, the other option to do a couple of those little lunges in your left leg, just kind of going back and forth from straightening it to lunging it. And when you're ready, you'll straighten your left leg, hinge forward, and head into triangle pose. A couple breaths, still breathing. Looking up to your right hand, if that's an option. Then place both hands around your left foot, back to three-legged dog, and find your way into your chaturanga, to up dog, and then back to downward dog. I like to take my feet off the mat, make it a wide downward dog just to feel that stretched a little bit differently. Feels really good. Take a couple breaths here, and when you're ready, put your feet back on the mat for downward dog. Move into plank, and then stay here, or you can option to lift your right foot up a little bit. And again, do a three-legged kind of yogi push-up here, keeping your core as tight and as strong as possible. Then you can switch to the same with your left foot up in the air. And you'll make your way to laying all the way down in your belly. And I just like to stretch out and back a little bit. So with your hands kind of underneath your shoulders, just kind of lifting up and down, feeling that spine getting real warmed up. And when you're ready, just head into your child's pose. Knees can be together or out on the outside of your body. Just hanging out for a couple breaths. When you're ready, you'll make your way back to downward dog. And you'll walk, jump through to the front of your mat. And I like to change up my cat-cows, so doing some standing cat-cows with your hands on your thighs. Just feeling a different version of your cat-cows. And when you're ready, you'll fold forward, and then with your legs hip width apart, you'll head into a yoga squat. And keep your hands at heart center or right in front of you for a little more balance. Love a good yoga squat. Just for a couple breaths. And you'll slowly make your way on your butt and into a boat pose. So legs can be straight out or bent as long as you're reaching your chest towards your thighs. Hands can be behind you, floating out in front, whatever works for you. After a couple breaths here, you'll plant your feet in front of you and move into a reverse table. Look at that belly. Head relaxing back. Really good stretch. Couple breaths in reverse table, and then you'll lower down and keep your legs out in front of you straight. Grab onto your toes, your feet, your calves, wherever, and then you'll just lift for some length and fold forward, feeling that nice stretch in your hamstrings, your lower back. Keep looking forward. Should feel really good. After a couple breaths, bend your right leg and plant your foot close to your left knee. And then you'll take your left arm and you'll twist over your right leg. Your right hand will be kind of propped up behind you, but you're not leaning on it. And your left arm can be on the outside or inside of your knee, whatever works for you. Then you'll just switch sides, bending your left knee, planting that foot close to your right knee and twisting over to your left side. Still remembering to breathe and sit up straight. And when you're ready, you head into a butterfly pose where your feet are facing each other. And I like to lean forward a little bit. You can make it wider or as close to your hips as you'd want, depending on the type of stretch you're wanting to feel. I really like this for my inner thighs. And you'll place your feet out wide-legged fold. Walk over to your right leg, again bending over, grabbing your foot, toe, whatever's available to you. And walk over to your left side and just repeat on your left leg. When you're ready, you just fold forward in the middle for a couple breaths. Feels really good on your back body. And go to a seated position. And option here to get some shoulder stretches in. I like to clasp my hands behind my back and kind of put my hands on each side of my hip. You can really feel a good shoulder stretch. Very simple but effective. But you can also just roll your head around, roll your shoulders like in the beginning. Just give all that tension in that shoulder area some love. And then we did a lot of twists, so some side bends over to the right. You can place your hands on the ground or out in front of you, up above. Just feeling all that side body work. And one last fold forward. Before just taking a moment to relax and breathe. And I suggest, if you have the time, just sitting in this seated position, maybe one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, just connecting for a minute before you go back to your everyday busy life. A few breaths in, a few breaths out, not really focusing on it, just connecting. Namaste.